Hi, everyone. Welcome to White Noise. My name is Robyn, and I am your host today. We are here at Greenkill. It's June 20th. I just learned today it's actually not the first day of summer. I had a debate this morning with someone. I said, no, June 20th is the first day of summer. And they're like, no, it's the 21st. It's always the 21st. And I said, no, you're wrong. And they're like, well, you're wrong. And then I realized I was wrong. And now I owe them ice cream. So I'm down pretty bad. But it's almost the first day of summer, which is really cool. I hope it doesn't get as hot as it was like 2 weeks ago because I don't have an AC and I don't want to buy one. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, we have some open micers tonight. Our feature canceled like an hour or two ago, which is fine. I can't control people, and I don't want to. And if they don't want to come because granted, they live in the city and they couldn't find a place to stay tonight, and I wasn't about to offer them my floor. So, you know what? Things happen. Honestly, it's okay. It's totally fine. I'm really not upset about it. I had a really good nap before, so I really couldn't be more content physically. But on that note, we're just going to kick off or into the open mic list because, there's really nothing else to do. So, on that note, welcome, Gary Del Burns.
Thanks, Robyn. Good to be back and see everyone again. How much time do I have again? 8? Okay, yeah. I could probably get through the... Yeah, so I have some new poems. Poems written since I was featured on here a few months back. And so I'm happy to be back. And here, this first one is related to cleaning out my dad's apartment after he died 5 years ago. I think in a week it'll be the fifth. Yeah, 5 years since he passed away. So this is and he was a religious person. So this is called "How to Choose God." Father's Day is tomorrow, so I guess this is why I'm starting with this. I saved his last Gillette, the best a man can get to touch his face. Stubble the cremation fire fingerprinted in reverse ash into the butt of his chin before consuming it, lost. An illusionist, tarrying, taking carriage rides, wagons rather, pulled by long horns through contradictory landscapes. A pair of glasses, the one thing in an envelope I frame. Unshown assemblage of J. Cornell. A man lion who performed from inside the mouth of himself. A man who was a storied story seeking binding, or a bookmaker who always betted on God. The importance of being a bird. As if it was brought in by the updraft from the fires of spring, an ember of an oriole reels above me as I turn into its migratory path. Much older than this farm lane that patently left kings behind for oaken Quakers, turning the other cheek so quick that it swings them back around to face the first offense again. The prophet against empire is giving the finger to cars that go north or south, things that can never breed, but only horror, amazement, despair, painted like the Joker by objectionable weeds to some crooked botanical menace with illiterate organs. Up until now, I preferred bats, hanging company in caves like anchorites of flight. There's an unbalanced load in the washer. Sensing, it automatically shuts off. It needs me, like I need liver, heart, and a gizzard to grind the seeds I've swallowed but can't sow. Adonis, don't hunt. And also Venus, don't dissuade him from hunting. He is no falconer, except in the way he keeps a hood over what could see farther for him than his own eyes. Chimes of delight, chirping after low heat. I pass the cherry tree stump with what passes for feathers under my arm. The prom ticket holders have dresses tailored, and only one of them chose from the swap or outlet mall a gown like the gray catbird, knowing the importance of being a bird that paints themselves as mimic or foil or maypole. Spider-free. A Gardener's Sermon. This is a two-parter. A Gardener's Sermon. 1. A stuck pig on colne that roasts from the pulpit fire appeals to believer and non-believer alike. They both bring home the bacon that faith in something higher cures. Curses withholding. Rest and excitement have their energies. Staring into the former blister of my palm, a cracked false stigmata keeps reopening and is the mark of work done on the headline, raking leaves and pushing a lawnmower in front of a house I could never buy. Yet cosplay like it's mine. The renter prefers scythe and linen, for he bears when lawn and hair a resemblance to someone who once played Levin. Lenin has yet to be portrayed as the titular mummy, but wouldn't that be a red scare? I'm not joking any more than I have to. Prediction markets prove irony lives on because life is at odds, fair odds, with its own disease. As long as a profit can be made, the only profit is God, sending us ass first into the future on his own personal donkey ride, and placing bets on who is housed first in Bethlehem. He himself already knows. But this is the difference. Automatic deposits in our account names. Nothing more wonderful than wealth redistribution by that robber with the jailer's keys. 2, I'm not done. But neither am I swift, in a time without letters nor ponies to express. What I'm trying to send you is more of a where I'm pulling than what I'm shipping. We want warriors who know wheat. They can grow as much as they cut down, witnessing spring babies, suffering the children by giving them water when they've had only his fire to rise with this crackling spirit, fueled by what has been pressed out of the small seeds of hope. Infinite gifts, eternal only for the Longfellows from chattering places over wireless, singing these words like a sermon bereft of wit and full of horse sense. Hortense, you really did a number on him. But hey, we got Rosetta in Champollion, the champion, stone without which no garden could be hanging in the permanent exhibition of herbs. Cradling kinetics of tasted love that not all have lost to the sands, gritting in the smile of the moon. Gummo, Gabbo, Amen. Is that time? I don't know. I'll read another one. Yeah, okay. So here's, here, this one's good. It's called Captain Conklin's Reading. So this is someone else's poem, I guess, but I wrote it. It's weird that that happens sometimes. The eastern wind gave its news to the trees, planted diagonally as a quincunx orangery. Waterfalls flow over an edge that force itself has cut. And we keep sane on the seas by keeping the meter of the waves the same in our songs. So in that spirit, sometimes I like to imagine that the moon is a cue ball and my eyesight a pool cue, aiming for the corner of the closest we've ever gotten to another celestial body without it being a total meltdown. The trees are drifting away slowly like the moon, an inch and a half every year, like the dissolution of your parents' marriage. Hey, if it chews like a cow, let it cud. If it burrs like a metal, let it dry point. And if it leaves a trail of fire and ruin, do not feel obligated to adopt every singed koala bear. What ought life to value about life? The inexplicableness that even exists in a universe of resplendent boars. Well, the perception of time had to be altered. There was just too little space. And pH balance, that became the check on of bacteria. And since you can still use half an arm or a leg as well as a full, let us rejoice in the mouth of who could never let us go. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary. Your reading made me think of this thing that's been making me laugh a lot recently, which is this meme about it's kind of an anecdote. So it's about a guy who's in a jail cell, and the guard walks away, and he has the ability to either grab a key or grab a loaf of bread. And he grabs the loaf of bread because bread tastes better than key. I don't know why that just makes me laugh so much whenever I think about it. That's my type of humor. So next up we have Angela, and following Angela we have Dagan. Welcome, Angela.
Just short. Cool. Thanks. Hi, everybody. It's been a little while since I've been here, so it's nice to be back. I actually have a couple shows coming up this summer, which I barely ever play anything, so the fact that I have 3 in a couple months' time is exciting. But, thank you. But I also haven't been writing a lot, so now I have to try to piecemeal together some sets, and I decided to look through some old songs and see what still feels good. And that's like the time capsule for me is, songs that I write 5-10 years apart from each other. Kind of feels like was written by a different person at that point. But I'm going to play a couple songs that I both wrote almost 10 years ago. Yeah, this one's called Monica. Time has never been kind. No words of advice, ain't no friend of mine. White lace, the lines on my face, no finger can trace. I got you on my mind. I sing along to our song, and I feel you so strong. Your arms holding me tight. It's true, I'm still foolish for you. You made your debut and then left with the night. But you know I can't see in the dark. You gave your soul and you left with my heart. What am I to do without you? What am I to do without you? You escaped, and I lie in wait. Think back on the days when the sun used to shine. Take my hand, the white gold band, the love that commands two souls intertwined. Now there's someone else in your room. He don't look the same as you, and tears are clouding my view of the picture when we said I do. What am I to do without you? What am I to do without you? Oh, what am I to do without you? What am I to do without you now? Thanks. Okay, let's see. I kind of just decided the second song waiting to come up here, and now I have to try to find where the words are. Though I am feeling a little bit of, I guess you could call it synchronicity, maybe, going after Gary, because I feel like that song is someone else's song, but I wrote it, kind of like that poem. And then you had another poem that. Sorry, I gotta learn how to talk and tune at the same time. Suspense. And you had another one that started with, or you had a line about the eastern wind, and this song is called Western Winds. So there you go. Western winds don't blow too cold on me. I'm just coming up from the ground. It has been a long, dark winter sea, but I want to bloom somehow. Western winds, will you take care of me? Sweetly give your grace to my drought. I've grown thin from shouting so desperately. Wrap your arms around me now. And I've gotten this far on my own. What has it done for me? And I know I can't control the sun as it sets for me. So I welcome the rain as it pours, whatever that means for me. I'm just tired of feeling like I can't climb out of this hole. Western winds, I hope you're kind to me. I'm a little worse for wear. The horizon is far, but I can see all the fields of flowers there. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to be at the Rosendale Street Fest this Saturday. I believe it's the 19th. And then I will be at... no, of July. Did I say July? July. And then I will be at a festival in Poughkeepsie in August. That is Big Lawn Music Festival. That's at Plan B Brewery. And then I will be in Kingston at Kestrel Bar. Those are back-to-back, the 22nd, 23rd, I believe, of August, with a lot of other local musicians on all those days. So come check it out.
Thanks, Angela. That was very lovely. It's great to see you again. In my reflecting on past white noises, it is cool that some people have been coming here since day one, like Angela. Yeah, I've been doing this thing for over 4 years now. So it's been a bit. And yeah, it's so cool to see an artist's evolution through the years, as I imagine many of you may feel about me, because I have gotten that before. Yeah, thank you so much. And can't wait to hear you on one or maybe more of those stages. Next up is Dagan, and following Dagan is Russ. Welcome.
Okay. I gotta warn you. I'm into this new thing now. I don't know what I'm gonna do at all. No preparation. It's like here I am responding to the moment that we're all sharing here, but I have no idea who I am in this moment until I express it. And then it's too late. Cat's out of the bag. And then what? That's the whole point. And then what? Because when you improvise, you never know. It just happens. Do you happen? Does it happen? Is it happening for all of us? My greatest challenge is disengaging from my logical mind. Yes, sirree. I, like you, was brought up in a logical world where this and this make this so that this can happen for this. And quite frankly, I'm bored. I've been bored. I want something new. I want something different. So I dig into the depth of my being, and oh, lo and behold, there is more. They never taught me that in school. They said, work hard and you'll make a success of yourself. Well, I'm done rebelling. I'm done dropping out. I'm in the post-dropout phase, where I get to figure out who I really am. And it turns out it has a lot to do with mystery. It has a lot to do with the unknown. It has a lot to do, in my particular case, weirdness, the bizarre, the absurd, have you? And my greatest challenge is being myself in front of you. Because when I'm alone, I have no problem being pretty darn weird. Oh, yeah. And I could take the cheap way out and record myself and say, hey, look how weird I am. But I feel this challenge to do it in front of you because that's what's challenging. It's not that much of a challenge to record myself. So, how do I break from the logical mind? I have a background as a teacher, so I'm very good at portraying ideas like I'm doing now, talking about myself. I had no idea I was going to do this. My whole thing is just letting it flow. But how to bring the weirdness out? It's like I have ancient past life memories of being locked up for being too weird, or being raving mad underneath the moon, or being known as the town fool, or the shaman that goes into the other realms and everyone goes, ah. But this time, I'm like one of you. We're all here together at this incredible time in the world where we're all kind of unifying and helping each other be our best selves for the sake of a better world. At least that's what I think on a better day. Like today. So it's all about the flow. It's all about the flow. So let's see if I can do the impossible here and break from my logical mind and go into something different. Maybe I'll glean some prompts from you all, material that I can work with. Does somebody have a noun for me? A noun, a thing. Blinds. Cool, see? And does someone have an emotion? Okay. And a location.
City Hall.
Should we get him up? Oh, yes. Indeedy do. Oh, that's right. Meanwhile, on the other side, we're looking at a total wipeout. Not for the faint of heart, let me tell you. Indeedy do. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry. Not. Wait a minute. Oh, oh yeah. I don't know. What I'm gonna say. That's okay, don't you know? It's a fabulous show when you take it upside down and never say what you do. It's not about the way you fake it out to do what the places say, that they can never turn it all around and make you seem that you're never going to be that way. But yes, indeed. Now, whatever happened to Baby Jane? I never realized that it's all the same, and here I come digging my hole. It's so deep. Oh, my God. There's so much to do, and such little time to do it in. Screw that! I'm done. Check, please. For God's sake. Sooner or later, something's got to give. What I have gone through. So don't give me your philosophical gesticulations as if there is something I can wrap my soul around that means anything for tomorrow. There, I said it. Meanwhile, I closed the blinds in City Hall with a deep sense of despair. Thank you.
Wow. I love that when Dagan comes up, you just never know where it's going. And it's great because you know he doesn't know where it's going. So it's this like mutual thing that we're all experiencing together. So I get it. Did I get it? Because I think I got it. See, I got it. So thanks for that. That was really fun. It's been a minute since you've been here. And yeah, what a great night for some old faces and new faces like Russ, who's about to perform, do something for us. Who knows? He brought some cool equipment. That's all I know. And then after Russ, we have Philip Levine. So welcome.
I'll explain all this in a minute. It's loud in the room? Okay, my name's Russ Alderson, that is. This is a bass guitar, and we'll see what it can do in just a second. And thank you for your patience. one more for you. This is called Too Much Pickle Juice Can Ruin Your Whole Week.
What was the last one called?
Oh, sorry, lime juice. Lime juice.
Oh, yeah. What was the last one called?
Last one was called
It's like surf music.
Krautrock and A, basically, is what that's called. Yeah. Crouch. And sorry if that's right. Thank you, David and Greenkill and Robyn. And this is my first time here, and I'm really glad to be here. Thank you.
Come back.
I might just.
Thanks, Russ. That was really awesome. I really enjoy krautrock, actually. It's been a while since I listened to it. Do you know the band Faust? Yes. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of the staple in that genre. I got really into them a few years ago. I feel like that type of music is stuff you can listen to and you just lose all perception of time. So I like music like that because I hate time. So thanks. I feel like your vibe really fits with Greenkill also. I'm just going to say that. David, I don't know if you said it's your first time here. Yeah. You should like see the other stuff David does here because it's so aligned with yeah. Okay, cool. So you get it. You get it. Just needed to say that. Yeah, well, thanks for coming. That was awesome. Next up is Philip Levine, and after Philip Levine is another Philip. So let's bring on the Phillips, starting with, yeah.
Thank you, Robyn. Thank you, David. Thank you, Dagan and Angela and Gary and Russ. Russ, your rig with the repetition part of it reminded me of my youth. It's along the lines of the piece I'm going to read too. In the 80s, I was around a band. My girlfriend was the guitarist and whatnot. And Jimmy Zeller was a French-Canadian harmonica player, and he had something called the Space Echo, which was like an early way of like repeat looping, and it had physical tape in it. And he was amazing, Jimmy Zeller. And he would do Whales, and it was a rock band, a pop rock band. But yeah, that was great. The krautrock, it made me think surf music, but maybe I'm just not familiar with the genre of krautrock. Is that make sense? That the surf music kind of vibe of it? And Angela, I've heard you a few times. You're just lovely, really lovely. And so I mentioned the 80s. This is a poem. I didn't write it in the 80s, but I wrote it about the 80s. And one of the hats I wore during the 80s was the club scene in New York City, like Area and Danceteria and Studio 54 and whatnot and whatnot. And then there was the after hours scene, Save the Robots. And did any of these things mean something to some of you? Yes. There you go. Okay. Anyway, so I wrote this piece. It's meant to sort of, and I wrote it, and I wrote it like in early 2000, like 20 years ago. But it's 2004. No, actually, it was created. I keep a little. Created July 17th of 2000, and last edited, although when I read it, I'll edit it as I go in my head and to you. But back in 2004 was the last physical edit. And it's called Night at Club Soda, the Elbow Room. I'm on the list. I'm sure I'm on the list. I don't know which list. Do you have a list of lists? What? Oh, you don't like my outfit? Oh, okay. Hold on, I can change. How's this? Okay, hold on. How's this? What? Which way? Oh, this way. Oh, in. You mean inside? Where do all these balloons come from? Night of Club Soda. Excuse me, miss. Yes, you looking every which way but this. You having hair waving high, so high. Do you come here? What? I can't hear you. Do you hear often? What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? Thanks. I'll have a chair. No, nothing for me. This ain't the Mud Club. This is not Chicago. Or a song either. Of course I know you're psychic. You just told me. What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? No, I don't know the band. Yes, I'm in the band. What time is it? What time do they close? What time do they open? What? What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? Have you ever been to Mars? Have you ever been to Venus? Have you ever been anywhere? What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? Do you want some Coke? Do you want a toke? Do you want to smoke? Do you know a joke? What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? My cousin knows this guy whose brother once. What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? How about those Yankees? How about the Confederates? What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? Your name's Laura? Lori? Lara? Tara? Mara? Sarah? Farah? That's funny. My sister's name is Sue. Wow. I'm Bill, Will, Phil, Gil. No, not Jill. What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? What time is it? I like the way you dance. I think I hurt my leg. Can you walk? Can I take you home? Can I learn your name? Can I know your number? Can I know your sign? What's your favorite color? Do you have any pets? Do you snore? Do you eat meat? Do you eat vegetables? Do you like movies? Are you into movies? Can you put me in the movies? This is like that movie, the one with what's his name? He's dating that actress, the one in that movie. What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? Do you have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, any friends, a phone, a habit, a job for me, a house in the country, an apartment in the city, a place in the sun, a car, a bike, rollerblades, a health club membership, a cell phone, a brother, a sister, a mother, a cigarette, a joint, a dollar, a rash. What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? Wait here. I'll be right back. Don't move. I got to go to the bathroom. I got to see my friend for a sec. I got to make a call. I got to sit down. I got to stand up. I got to go. I got to go. What? I can't hear you. Where do all these balloons come from? I know this thing. It's at this place. You want to go? Club scene. I don't know what that was about. It was like an exercise in oh my goodness. Look what happened, Dagan. I dropped my cards. Dagan visited me at my house today, and one of the things we talked about was my habit of quipping, writing little one-liners and quips. One I thought of, before I go on, that's my daughter Piper. And Piper has read here, but she didn't bring anything. But I want to say, on July 7th, at the 9W Diner, there's a series that Bruce and Joanne Pagano-Weber, and they're frequenters to this, they run a series once a month called Dialogues. Well, they have a spoken artist, and this July 7th, it's Katie. What's Katie's last name, Robyn? Yes, I cut my fingernails for you. Katie Sims is the spoken artist. Piper is a visual artist, and she'll talk about her process. And then there's a musician. And then afterwards, there's a talk back. And it's really a good event. July 7th, 7 o'clock at the 9W Diner, just south of the village on Saugerties, kind of near where that little plaza is. They used to call it the something plaza. There's a health. Anyway, I have these quips, and I told Dagan I have every one of these playing cards has taped on it like a one-liner, or a two-liner, or a five-liner, or whatever, little quips. And this is my stand-up box. I told Dagan I have about 600 of these. This is a sub-selection called my stand-up box. And in here, the one I thought of when I was sitting, I'm not well-rounded, I'm eroded. It's in here. but I couldn't find it randomly. We had a long conversation about random. So, you know, Dagan's made a big point about, like, he didn't know what he was going to do. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but when I end up choosing what I'm going to do, it's like picking randomly. Like, I'll do this poem, and I'll do these cards, and I'll talk about this. But I'll decide that, like, in the drive over, or even sitting. Anyway, so if I had a nickel, I told you this one today. If I had a nickel for every nickel I've had, I'd be even. I'm so distracted, I can't even focus on my obsessions. We're just ships passing water in the night. When you get older, that gets more relevant. This was in the poem I wouldn't even call that a poem. It's sort of a ranty nonsense thing. I knew she was psychic from the moment she told me. Modesty. That's a title, Modesty. I'm not just ordinary, I'm extraordinary. Water, my favorite beverage. Ask for it by name. I'll have some water, please. I met this woman, and she said, let's get together soon, but I didn't know she meant soon as in never. Confession, I've never had a fatal accident. I told Dagan one, I don't think about harming myself, but I have been thinking about having an accident. And so Woodstock is not where I live, but it's often where I hang out. And there's bumper stickers that Paul McMahon, who some of you may know, has made an industry out of. You know, I break for sticks and leaves or something like that. So I wrote one that he published, and it's on a car somewhere, some car's bumper. Welcome to Woodstock, gateway to Okay, I'll round it up, or wind it down, or something like that. I'll take it home with this one. This is so embarrassing. I'm single. For online dating. Seeking partner who will overlook my neediness, desperation, banality, shallowness, transparency, pettiness, smallness, and overall mediocrity, and accept me for what I truly am. That's like a lifestyle. So I'm Philip Levine. July 7th, Piper Levine will talk more than me. Thank you, Robyn. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Philip.
You're welcome, Robyn.
That was great. I love hearing about your party days. Mine feel entirely behind me. No, really. It's okay. It's better off. So next up, we have the other Philip. Philip Guerreri.
I've known Phil forever.
Yeah. I've known him basically since I was born. Just kidding. Welcome.
He's the improvisationalist. Transvolutionist is the correct word. Down here. Where? Hello. Oh. Is it Happy Father's Day? Mom was my father, very pregnant before she was my mother, and bared her fruits of children. No forced labor. Come on now, open that zipper. I'm kicking sideways. Oh my God, she's banging her head up against the window. Code blue, code blue. About time you opened that zipper. Happy Mother's Day. Mighty fathers before you were our mothers. Thank you. Things are mighty different up south. What's under the silt of Netherlands, Netherlands? Has Mother Nature rocked and Mother Nature rolled in that horizontal mambo of autumn leaves under winter's pregnancy blanket of snow, budding into fatherhood, soon to be our mother, bearing her fruits of ageless children. Where do they come from? Neanderthal man. Neanderthal man. That we were all taught in grade school as fetus soldier gladiator bullies. And she was to be meek and docile, his servant. You wait until Christ of the household comes home. What did you say to your mother? Go get that strap. Now! Now drop them. Welcome to heavenly hell. Inside this bubble of pollution, cast out of the heavenly galaxy. We need a transvolution and pass over the threshold of the doorless door between. Out of Lucifer's maze of corporatism. Personhood, that is. Personhood, that is. I have the rights. I have no responsibilities. I'm King James Bible's ghost person. that can only be seen in the mirror, that can only be seen in the mirror. And then there was a community dinner of all the restaurants where the politicians dine. And all the food was organic. And all the food was organic. Hon, you know, I can't remember when my stomach didn't bother me at dinner. And I didn't gobble it all down. We're the rainbow children, we're mama's flower children. And we don't take no for an answer. No, 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 no. We don't take no for an answer. Organic Green, Ulster County, USA. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Phil. So great to see you again. When Philip got here before, he told me that he'd just beat stage 4 cancer, which is pretty incredible. And I'm so glad that you're still coming here, another day one person and way before that. And honestly, you have not aged one day since when I have met you. And I think it's all that organic food. I bet you were. Analog. That's how we all should be. Well, thank you all. I am going to end this open mic with my own stuff, like I always do. Yeah, this is just these are just some recent poems and stuff. They're all untitled. I haven't been titling my stuff recently, just because I am using a new software to write my poems now, and it doesn't feel as intuitive to title them on the software, so I just haven't been. Okay. My grandma handed my mother an envelope with $6,000 in it recently. She said it's so she can buy her a nice pine casket. Or maybe she said a cheap pine casket. Either way, the $6,000 was for a casket. My mother told me this on the phone while driving with my grandma in the passenger seat next to her. I asked her, my grandma, how she was doing, and she said her ass hurts. She said it just like that, my ass hurts. She said it hurt from sitting too long, but she was only sitting for a few hours at most. This morning at the coffee shop, reading Nabokov's autobiography in the open garage area, away from the small group going on about how Block Island has the best beach on the East Coast, a man pulled his bike up into the area where I sat and, once returning after briefly joining the others in the adjoining room, he said he recognized me. The conversation didn't start that way, but it soon led to it. I can't recall how it started, but before I knew it, he was telling me that he recognized me from an art show we both attended a few months back, and he can recall exactly what I was wearing. I asked him what he remembers. He said, "You had something covering your skin." It was at that moment, somehow, that I remembered what I was wearing. It was a gray fitted dress. I took it in to fit me just right. He said his friend knew me. I had apparently interviewed him for some article, but I can't recall his friend nor seeing anyone I knew at the show. He proceeded to tell me about his shitty job at Bloomberg, where he travels all over the world producing a podcast that pays well enough to rent out an entire small home for himself to live in, but his managers suck and he hates it and wants to leave. He's waiting to get medical leave and will move to Montana in 2 weeks. He made the plan before confirming the leave, so he can figure out what he wants to do with his life. I asked him if he has anything he's trying to pawn off on a broke gal trying to get her new apartment together, and he told me he would give me anything I wanted. He didn't say it like that, but that's definitely what he meant. He ended up giving me a table, 2 chairs, a fan, a step stool, a piece of wood to use for a shelf, 2 small plates and 2 small bowls, and 4 books. He said he doesn't believe in money, so he wouldn't let me pay. I kept thinking, just my luck, as I drove away with a trunk full of clattering goods. Thanks. That was more of a story than a poem, but I like telling stories. So this next one goes. The chocolate immediately melts in my fingers. Thought I was coming down with hay fever when a tinge in my body, aura of lethargy, halo of headache, surrounded me. Happens I was just tired. Just needed to snooze an extra 20 minutes. Today, I felt an energy opportune at the height of morning that slowly subsided throughout the minutes and hours that made the day. I imagine this is entirely normal. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, I eat. Run 6 miles, sweat bullets, run until I beg my body to stop, but my mind says just around this loop, just till the end of this street, just until, and then I've made it. 9:43 pace. Leave my kitchen because of the heat. 10 days until summer, and I can't imagine it any hotter. There is something in the rain that asks to be accepted. The juice of a melon. Throw away your food trash outside, she says. No room for it in here. The fridge is empty, save 5 heads of romaine. Forgot to water the plants. Outside, a man hesitantly but purposefully pours water on the back of his neck and splashes his face with it. In front of a fan, I survive. A June freeze. Flight canceled, only a second's debate on if to restore what has been lost. I cast furtive glances, lay supine on the bed, waiting. Smell of a used bookstore. Cat dander like mousy trails towards a prone body. It's too hot for him here. He needs air conditioning. He needs luxury apartment in Tudor City on the 6th floor overlooking a brick facade. Not even sure where his litter box would go. But it's all coming together. Mother made up another story. Tomorrow, I make up my mind. A pause next to the bouquet of cornflower and mint in a fennel-like fern. A pansy-like velvet-petaled kiss. What if I wrote my name in every one of your books? Would that, too, go unnoticed? How many yeses are said to end a conversation rather than to agree? Speak memory. Thanks. Thank you. And then this is the last one. We have a good vantage point. Up on the hill, everything is clear, in focus. I spot cleaver after cleaver, knowing they are a weed that must be pulled. He spots freedom, or just a different view. He said he's always had his head in the clouds. We dream of botanical garden retreats, running through fields of heather and kissing under a graying sky. He reaches for a way up, a way out. Not sure how much better it is out there, although it'd be a change. I've always believed in a change of scenery. That's why now, even though I am puffy-eyed on an overcast Sunday morning overlooking the river, which calls to me, asking me to plunge into its depths, I am still finding my balance. I could have slept longer is the thing. I could have reminisced longer and stayed out longer and written longer and held you longer. I could have done all of those things, but I wouldn't be any better for it. This is why it scares me. This is why I halt in the face of the open, gaping cave. He grows stronger by the minute. Weighed down by the groping familiarity of a sweetened stomach, infatuated by the possibility of it. Harm reduction by hearing my voice over the phone. I just wanted to hear you, he says. I don't want to live anymore. He crawls into the opening, It's a resounding success. Just because there's an entrance doesn't mean there's an exit. Life is circuitous. He holds the bottle to his mouth, says it's uncontrollable, says he floats towards the liquor store, says once he starts he can't stop. It's never too late, I say, but he says it's past late. He's reached the point where blood gushes from his nose uncontrollably, as if a spout was broken, he says, as if there was something that needed to be quenched. He falls asleep against a concrete slab, resigns himself to this injustice. There's only so much a body can take, only so many weeds to be pulled. With or without them, a garden will grow. We have a good vantage point, even if covered in sweat and pollen and bleeding from a scratch or something deeper. It depends on perspective, on the thoughts you have when faced with a view. Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's all she wrote. And yeah, thank you. And thank you all for coming and for those of you who stuck around. And yeah, I hope our future performer is having a great night wherever he is.
Now read that 2 paragraphs.
What 2 paragraphs?
That he sent you.
Do you want me to?
Would that be embarrassing of him? I don't want to embarrass the guy, but
There's no way he's watching this. Anyways, there's no way. I don't even think he knows that we record it. Like, I really didn't tell him anything about the event. I was just like, just be here. And he didn't, so whatever. Essentially, it's just like, da-da-da-da-da-da, sorry, da-da-da-da, I couldn't make it, da-da-da-da-da, please forgive me. Yeah, that's what apologies and excuses are like. They're usually, musical and whimsical, but they're like kind of sad. Yes, which is the end of the conversation and not an agreement. And on that note, this has been fun. I've had a fun time. Thank you all to coming, and thank you especially to my sister for coming, even though I know she's really hungry and wants to go get dinner. Yeah, I could just keep going. I have probably 1,000,001 thoughts. This is the power of a nap. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Genuinely, just take a nap. Just sleep. Like, sleeping is so good for you. I think of like why I go crazy all the time, and it's because I don't sleep. Duh. All right, I'm going to get off the stage now. Thank you all for coming. White Noise signing off.